2x2 piece of clay into a round shape with the corners tucked in, and you don't fold the clay over. If you fold the clay over like that, you trap air, and that's your enemy. And then you slam it onto the thing. If it doesn't look centered, you just push it a little into the center. You get a little water. Don't need any of that. Put it on top of the clay. Take my left hand and just ride gently. I'm just attaching the clay to the bat by pushing down. My hands are connected, my elbows are down. I'm even, without realizing it, I'm pushing down a lot with this arm, so it's really strong without being tense. Like my fingers are really loose. So now that I can tell the clay is attached to the bat well, because now I'm going to do the normal push where I take this hand and with this part of my hand, I push to about 1 or 2 o'clock. It causes the clay to go up. I put my thumb in here to keep that pond from growing, and this hand is a stick pushing it up into a cone, and then I cone everything up. Relax and come off. Drop some water. Now I'm gonna come down. I lay on top of the clay about halfway over and come down. There we go, and I relax and I come off with at least one hand, get some more moisture. Now I'm pushing it up again, and again, I'm pushing with this part of my hand till about 1 or 2 o'clock. And I'm pushing pretty hard, and you notice it starts going up. This hand comes in as a stick, and this thumb goes down to stop that pond. You don't want to close that pond up, or you'll have trapped air and water, and that'll cause you problems later. So I'm doing that again. I'm going up again. And what you notice is that this is coming into center there. See how it's not rocking anymore? And that's the part you need to get centered. Once you get that centered, everything else is easy. So now I'm just going to counter pressure it a little bit and come down. And that's good enough. I do feel some trapped air in there. At some point I trapped some air. I don't know where, but I can feel an air bubble in there. I'm just gonna ignore it. For a bowl, I open it with a sponge by going down on the wall of the bowl. And I do that until I get to where I think,
I got it.
watch that bowl there, where I think it's deep enough, and then I pull my needle tool out. And I test the height of the needle tool, and I pull it up and I check, and that's about the right depth I want. And if I'm not all the way down and far enough, then I do it again. I push a little more. But now for the bowl, I come up on the right side around 4 o'clock, and I just compress here to there. You notice it might get a little bit overhung there, but I'm not doing it so much that that falls flat. So this creates the shape of the bowl. So as I thread the bowl, I want the bowl form on the inside and a cylinder form on the outside. You do not swell to the outside until you've got all the clay moved up. All right, so now I'm taking my hand like this and going underneath that swell, and I'm gonna start with my fingers in the center. I ride them over to the wall, and that's when I hook into the clay. See how that hook is happening on the inside? And on the outside, I'm a pretty much straight line. And I relax at the top and come off gently. Compress the rim to make it nice and healthy by taking your 2 fingers and another finger and making a U shape on it. It compresses it, but I tend to use the sponge as the other finger. All right, you can see on the outside it's not a bowl shape, it's more of a straight line, a little bit angled out like that. And now I'm gonna do that again. I'm not so much gonna compress this the same way anymore because I don't wanna go all the way up the wall and compress it, but I do go back and compress the bottom. All right, so now I'm ready to do another pull. There's a lot of pressure being put on the outside also, like when you're doing a cylinder, but it's that hook on the inside that's different. So you really can't see it where you are, but I'm pushing down. You can look at the bottom of the pot, you can see where I'm pushing into it. I should have started over here, but I didn't. Now I'm hooking in, and I'm keeping that bowl shape on the inside. There's my air bubble, you might see it. In a second, I'm hitting it. And I raise it again at the top, I relax, and I come off slowly. So again, I still have some clay down here. See, all this is extra clay that I want to use. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I start in the middle, gently doing not much. And when I get here, I wait till that weight of the outside clay comes in, and now I'm pulling it up. Okay, and that air bubble may cause me to lose this whole pot at some point because it is making a weak spot in the wall. It's right here. Now, when you have an air bubble, you can do something like this, where you go through with the needle. Yeah, see, it's gotten a little weak there. It's bending on me. It's a little tough. It may be something that was inherently in the clay because it feels a little tough. And now I'm going to take a rounded tool. This is like a teardrop. And now I'm ready to shape it because now I've got the clay pulled up and now I can shape. So I sit on the inside only, I'm not on the outside of the bowl, and I slowly come up. And what should start happening is you should start to see the swell of the bowl out here now. But I don't do that again until I got all the weight up, because it will be too weak to pull after it's curved. You'll lose it. So I'm pushing it pretty far to see how far I can go. Luckily the air bubble's farther up, so it's not making it weak in the structure. Okay, I'm fine with that bowl. And now if you look on the inside, they need a little cleanup on the inside here. There's moisture. You never want to leave moisture in there very long. And there's another air bubble. I have a feeling that this clay had some tough areas to it. And then I'm going to compress the rim one last time, and I might lean on the inside a little bit to take that rim out a little bit. There we go. See how it's leaning out? It opens up the bowl a little bit. For usefulness, for aesthetics, it's kind of cute. It looks nice to have the bowl curve in, but for using it in the kitchen, it's nice to have it open. And that's pretty much it. So